Hi guys, last week I showed you how to get on Sora and the Onondaga County Public Library System's Overdrive so that you guys can borrow ebooks. This week I'm going to share with you a few of my favorite books that are available in both places. First book I'm going to share with you is called Cinder, and it's by Marissa Meyer. This is what the cover looks like. And in case you can't tell, this is a modern retelling of Cinderella, and it takes a lot of sci-fi, fantasy, some twists and turns that are really fun while still having some familiar characters and plot points. So here's the synopsis of Cinder. Even in the future, the story begins with once upon a time. Humans and androids crowd the raucous streets of New Beijing. A deadly plague ravages the population. From space, a ruthless lunar people watch, waiting to make their move. No one knows that Earth's fate hinges on one girl. Cinder, a gifted mechanic, is a cyborg. She's a second-class citizen with a mysterious past, reviled by her stepmother and blamed for her stepsister's illness. But when her life becomes intertwined with the handsome Prince Kai's, she suddenly finds herself at the center of an intergalactic struggle and a forbidden attraction. Caught between duty and freedom, loyalty and betrayal, she must uncover secrets about her past in order to protect her world's future. So again, this is a retelling of Cinderella. If you are interested in more books that are like this is part of a series. This is the first book. It's called the Lunar Chronicles, and it has a few more books by Marissa Meyer that you guys can pick up if you find that this is a book that you really, really enjoy. The next book I'm going to show you is called Solo, and it's by Kwame Alexander. This one I also have with a cover, which is exciting for me because it means I don't have to click around on the internet. So this book is Solo by Kwame Alexander. And he's written a whole bunch of books. Again, you can get more of his books on Sora. And the synopsis of this book is, when the heart gets lost, let the music find you. Blade never asked for the life of the rich and famous. In fact, he'd give anything not to be the son of Rutherford Morrison, a washed-up rock star and drug addict with delusions of a comeback. Or to no longer be part of a family known most for lost potential, failure, and tragedy. The one true light is his girlfriend, Chapel, but her parents have forbidden their relationship, assuming, like many, that Blade will become just like his father. But in reality, the only thing Blade has in common with Rutherford is the music that lives inside them. But not even the songs that flow through Blade's soul are enough when he's faced with two unimaginable realities: the threat of losing Chapel forever and the revelation of a long-held family secret, one that leaves him questioning everything he thought was true. All that remains is a letter and a ticket to Ghana, both of which could bring Blade the freedom and love he's been searching for, or leave him feeling even more adrift. So those are two very different genres. The first one was sci-fi. This one is more of a realistic fiction. I'm going to jump to another realistic fiction, but that deals with a totally different plot. This book is called Turtles All the Way Down, and it's by John Green. We're jumping over to the iPad now. So this is what this book looks like, Turtles All the Way Down. And this one is a little bit of a mystery, little bit of realistic fiction. It's got a little bit of humor in it. And here's the synopsis. It all begins with a fugitive billionaire and the promise of a cash reward. Turtles All the Way Down is about lifelong friendship, the intimacy of an unexpected reunion, some Star Wars fan fiction, and a Tartara. But at its heart is Asa Holmes, a young woman navigating daily existence with the ever-tightening spiral of her own thoughts. In his long-awaited return, John Green shares Asa's story with shattering, unflinching clarity. So this book has a bit of a murder mystery in it. The two main characters go off to try and solve this mystery, but our main character, Asa Holmes, also deals with crippling anxiety. So her best friend, who is exactly the kind of best friend everyone would want, tries to get her out there, help her get through her own anxiety, And we see the two of them together along with some other characters they encounter, really figuring out who they want to be in this world and show you how to be really great friends to each other. Plus, they look to solve a murder mystery, which is also really fun. So jumping away from realistic fiction, we're going to go to something I'm sure many of you would like. We're going to look at Miles Morales. This is a Marvel book. So this one is not a comic book. This is a novel. Miles Morales, Spiderman. And this one is by Jason Reynolds, who we also shared a book by Jason Reynolds last week. So if you've seen Into the Spider-Verse, you know who Miles Morales is. If you've read some of the other comics, you know who Miles Morales is. But this book in particular is about this plot. Everyone gets mad at hustlers, especially if you're on the victim side of the hustle. And Miles knew hustling was in his veins. Miles Morales is just your average teenager. Dinner every Sunday with his parents, chilling out playing old school video games with his best friend Ganke, crushing on brainy, beautiful poet Alicia. He's even got a scholarship spot at the prestigious Brooklyn Visions Academy. And oh yeah, he's Spider-Man. But lately, Miles' spidey sense has been on the fritz. When a misunderstanding leads to his suspension from school, Miles begins to question his abilities. After all, his dad and uncle were Brooklyn Jack boys with criminal records. Maybe kids like Miles aren't meant to be superheroes. Maybe Miles should take his dad's advice and focus on saving himself. As Miles tries to get his school life back on track, he can't shake the vivid nightmares that continue to haunt him. Nor can he avoid the relentless buzz of his spidey sense every day in history class, amidst his teacher's lectures on historical benefits of slavery and the modern-day prison system. But after his scholarship is threatened, Miles uncovers a chilling plot, one that puts his friends, his neighborhood, and himself at risk. It's time for Miles to suit up. So if you like Spider-Man, if you like Marvel, this is a great book to pick up. It gives you a little more information, a little more detail into Miles's life and what it's like to try and be Spider-Man and go to high school. The last book I'm going to share with you guys is a graphic novel, but it's not what I would call your traditional graphic novel. This is a graphic novel that also covers historical fiction, and it's called Lies in the Dust, A Tale of Remorse from the Salem Witch Trials. And this is what the cover looks like. So this graphic novel is taking a moment in history, the Salem Witch Trials, and it's actually looking at how the girls who were part of the Salem Witch Trials, the accusers, felt afterwards. So here's the book's description. I desire to lie in the dust and to be humbled for it, and that I was a cause, with others, of so sad a calamity. In Salem's dark days of 1692 and 1693, young girls pointed fingers and accused others of witchcraft, sentencing them to torture or even death. But when the cloud lifted and the accusations were shown to be false, the girls faced little, if any, penalty. Were they sorry? No one knows. Only one girl, Ann Putnam Jr., felt moved to show remorse publicly. 14 years after the trials, Anne wrote a letter of apology. This is her story. So this graphic novel has some amazing artwork in it, but it also covers a little known part of the Salem witch trial history, which is how the girls who were in the middle of it really felt after it was all done. So if you are interested in history, this is a great way to get a little bit more background on a really interesting subject. And if you're into graphic novels, it's still just a really great graphic novel. And that one is by Timothy Decker is the artist, and it's written by Jacob Crane. And it's a really, really beautiful graphic novel and a really interesting story. So if you're into graphic novels, grab that one. So those are all the books I'm going to share with you guys today. If you have any suggestions of genres or books you want me to give you some more information on, if there are books that you really enjoy and you are looking for other books that are similar, let your ELA teachers know or let me know, and I will do everything I can to help you guys find some great books to read while you're at home. Thank you guys. I miss you. I cannot wait till we all are back together again at school and I can see you guys every day. Have a great day. Bye, guys.